Imagine this, a pill that promises to solve every problem in America. It's called TrumpRX, and it's not just some random gimmick. It's a superpowered solution that could radically change everything: politics, healthcare, even how we think about leadership. But, what if it really existed? What if TrumpRX wasn't just some headline or meme? What if it was actually a prescription you could take right now? Alright, let's take a second and break it down. In this what-if scenario, we're imagining that TrumpRX is some kind of miracle drug designed to give you the ability to think, act, and lead like former President Donald Trump, full of energy, sharp opinions, and bold decisions. But this isn't just a regular pill. It's not like taking an aspirin for a headache. Oh no, this thing could change your brain chemistry and your personality in ways you can't even imagine. In fact, it could make you more charismatic, more persuasive, and possibly more, well, controversial. But is that a good thing? Now, let's think about what might happen if this pill were available to everyone. First off, imagine the charisma. We all know that Trump has a certain kind of energy. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that the guy knows how to command a room. You know, that mix of boldness and confidence that makes people want to listen. If TrumpRX gives you that, everyone who takes it becomes an overnight public speaker, able to get attention wherever they go. Politicians, supercharged. Salespeople, unstoppable. CEOs, they'd be running circles around their competition. But here's the twist: when everyone is super charismatic, does charisma lose its punch? Would people just start tuning it out? The novelty would wear off fast, and we might end up in a world where everyone's shouting over each other, no one listening, just all of us trying to be louder than the next guy. Next, let's talk about bold decisions. Taking TrumpRX could make you more decisive. But not just decisive in a big, risky way. Trump's whole thing is jumping headfirst into decisions, often without thinking too much about the consequences. He's not exactly known for his patience, right? Well, if TrumpRX unlocks that level of impulsiveness, we could be in for a wild ride. Imagine the US government being run by people who don't hesitate. They just make decisions, big decisions. Some of them could be incredible. Think of the fastest technological advancements, like getting to Mars in a decade or developing cures for diseases in a matter of months. But, of course, not all bold decisions work out. What if this impulsiveness leads to disastrous trade deals, poor international relations, or worse? Who's going to be there to stop the chain reaction if everyone's running on that kind of unpredictable energy? Let's talk about one of Trump's biggest tools, social media. The guy is a master of stirring the pot, getting people riled up with just a tweet or a comment. If TrumpRX makes everyone more like him in that sense, well, we might see a massive spike in online chaos. Now, imagine every person on Twitter becoming a mini-Trump. Everyone's posting hot takes, stirring controversy, and making bold statements, everywhere. Would we have a civil conversation left? Or would it be all-out Twitter mayhem, with everyone battling for attention, regardless of the topic? We'd probably have to invent a new version of Twitter where everyone's just shouting their opinions into the void. Forget discourse, it would be the age of megaphone politics. One of the side effects of TrumpRX might be a serious overconfidence boost. Sure, confidence is great, but too much confidence can be disastrous. If everyone starts to think they're the smartest person in the room, and maybe even the smartest person on Earth, it could lead to huge conflicts. People would stop listening to each other. Instead of collaborating, we'd be competing for supremacy in every conversation, every decision. Forget compromise, it would be my way or the highway. But what happens when you get too many confident people? We might actually see a more divided society, with people unwilling to hear anyone else's opinion. It could lead to even deeper political polarization, with more groups doubling down on their own ideas and beliefs. So, what happens when you put all these effects together: charisma, impulsiveness, bold decisions, and massive overconfidence? The shocking result of a world where TrumpRX is real is this. We'd probably end up with an incredibly fast-moving, chaotic, and maybe even dangerous society. On the one hand, things might improve quickly, we'd have rapid innovation and an explosion of energy in leadership. But on the other hand, we could burn through relationships, institutions, and systems faster than we can repair them. Society might be driven by quick fixes, not long-term solutions. It could be a world where the loudest voices win, and deep, thoughtful conversation becomes a lost art. So, to wrap things up, is TrumpRX a blessing or a curse? Well, it might depend on how you define success. If you're all about quick action, bold decisions, and winning at any cost, then yeah, maybe it's the perfect pill for you. But if you believe that long-term stability, thoughtful leadership, and genuine collaboration matter, then TrumpRX could be a disaster in the making. In the end, some of the best leaders are those who know when to slow down and listen. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Maybe, instead of a magic pill to make us all more like Trump, we need a magic pill that helps us stay calm, thoughtful, and reflective, even when the world is moving at a mile a minute. Alright, now it's your turn. Would you take the TrumpRX pill if it existed? What do you think would happen to society? Let me know in the comments below. And, if you enjoyed this wild thought experiment, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science-based scenarios. We've got plenty more what-ifs coming your way. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. This script is designed to keep the audience entertained and engaged with a mix of humor, curiosity, and thought-provoking ideas.